With Chodesh Elul, we begin to recite Tehillim chapter 27, L'David Hashem Ori V'ishi, twice a day, with, in our custom, Shachrit, after Shachrit and Mariv. Early on in that chapter, David HaMelech, King David says, Im takum alai melchama BZot Ani Boteach. The war would rise against me, BZot Ani Boteach, and this I trust. What exactly is it that BZot Ani Boteach? What is it that King David trusts so much? So some commentators suggest we look at the very beginning of the chapter of Tehillim. David Hashem Ori V'ishi. That David says, God is my or, my light, and Yishi, my salvation. Certainly if there are those enemies coming against King David in war, for God to be, for King David, a salvation makes perfect sense. However, others suggest differently. That in this verse, Im takum alai melchama BZot Ani Boteach. Note that King David doesn't say, God, I know that you will conquer my enemies. I know that you will give me the strength to overcome my enemies. All King David says is that when my enemies, when challenges come my way, BZot Ani Boteach. In this, I trust, I have faith. What is it that King David has faith in? So perhaps we can suggest, as we find ourselves in the month of Elul, when Hasidic tradition has it that the king is in the field, that God is close to us, that King David, in the words BZot Ani Boteach, is teaching us a fundamental lesson in what it means to have bitachon. What does it mean to have trust in God? Bitachon does not mean that we are guaranteed that what we want to happen will happen. Bitachon does not even assure us that whatever happens will be for what we consider to be the good. The outcome that we want may not happen. Rather, bitachon, what does it mean, BZot Ani Boteach? It means that we believe full-heartedly that everything that happens for the good and for the not so good, even when our enemies and war, challenges and difficulties come our way, BZot Ani Boteach, that it comes from God. Nothing is by happenstance, nothing is by chance. There is a creator who not only created the world, but is intimately involved in the ongoing workings of that world on a global level, on an individual level. Now we can better understand the verse. BZot Ani Boteach, King David is not saying that he is confident that he will win the war, the battle against his enemies. King David may not even be suggesting that he will win every war. What he is sure of, and what he declares and wants us to hear, is that through his bitachon, BZot Ani Boteach, he is sure and he finds comfort in the fact that whatever happens, happens because of and from Hashem. Elul is a time to strengthen this bitachon. We ask Hashem to give us the strength, the optimism, and the insight to recognize that it all is in God's hands, and everything that happens to us, God is by our side.